Hey guys, welcome to Bedford Greenhouses. My name is Trey Simpson. I'm the general manager here, and today we are going to be giving you a nursery greenhouse tour of our property, so follow me. All right, up here at the top of the stairs when you first roll in the parking lot are a lot of our sun-loving shrubs, more foundational shrubs if you're trying to create a hedge, or if you just need some green foundation plants for your house. We carry a lot of tea olives and boxwoods and azaleas, ligustrums, a lot of that more easy stuff that's just kind of simple, stays green year round. And then as you make your way over to the tables right here in front of our store, this is our shop. This is where we kind of showcase and highlight a lot of our perennial varieties, the varieties that come back every year. Most of our annuals are going to be down front, which we'll show you later. But this is where we kind of showcase 12, 15, 18 of each perennial variety that we grow. We have a lot of coneflowers. We do a lot of black-eyed Susans, penstemon. This is a real pretty dianthus here, the red with the silver edges. Some sedums, salvias, a lot of that stuff that just does really well here. Most of these are sun-loving. We have a lot of our shade-loving perennials in a different location that gets a little bit more tree cover. This group of tables gets absolutely blasted by the sun, and they do really well up here. We even have some cannas, coreopsis, the tick seeds, a lot of stuff that just does very well here, comes back very well. Yarrows, we have some Russian sage, and then we even have some dahlias and kind of other things, but this right here in front of the store is where we showcase most of this stuff. So if you're rolling in, coming up the hill kind of towards the shop, if you look to the right, you'll see a lot of our perennials. This is where you want to go if you're trying to create like an English style garden, a cottage garden, and you just need plants that come back every year. And they're pretty foolproof, I will say.
Hey guys, my name is Ryan and I will be leading you through the front of our house. This little area right here is what we call the porch. So if you ever hear us say, oh, your plants are on the porch, this is where they're at. Inside, we've got all of our merchandise and our pots. We've got vases, and we have a couple houseplants and all of them with their air plants just to decorate and show you how we would do it. And then if you look right over here, it's a really easy access to a little greenhouse with all the houseplants in it. And this is where you'll check out. Right here, usually George and I are behind here, welcoming you with a smile. And we have over here our gloves and scissors and gardening tools. Here are seeds and moss that you can decorate your pots with once you put a plant in them. And if you follow me this way through the shop, this leads us straight to greenhouse number 15, which we will refer you to a lot. This just has a lot of the extras that's easily accessible to you, like the hanging baskets that we might not have down front. We'll probably have them in 15. We start growing a lot of the vinca and all that good stuff when the spring first takes off. So we've got the begonias, vinca, really anything just extra that you might not see down front or that you might want more of should relatively be in number 15. Then if you follow me this way, I will walk you to the terrarium bar. This is our terrarium bar where you can build your own terrarium or you can have us build them for you. There's usually like a 3-day turnaround for that if you want us to make them for you. But we've got all of our glasses up here that you can choose from, or you could bring your own if you want to. And then if you step over here, we have all the different things you can decorate it with. So we've got soil around, and then the cocoa bark and the charcoal and all that good stuff. If you're interested in doing that, we would be happy to walk you through it and chat with you about the pricing. And there's more glass to choose from there. So that's that.
Thanks, Ryan, so much for showing us the store. I'm Olivia, and I'm going to be showing y'all the indoor greenhouse, our greenhouse number 1. And this is right when you walk into our store. It's to the left, And so right when you walk in, you'll see this is a little selection of all of the houseplants we have. So some of our best looking stuff we've been growing ourselves. So right here we have ferns. We have a lot of 6-inch material. You can see a lot of beautiful stuff. Rubber trees. Yeah. Peperomias, which is our plant of the year. We have calatheas, lots of philodendrons. We also have a pink princess, which is right here. Nerve plant and succulents. We have terrarium plants, these little 3-inch pots, perfect for our terrarium bar. So this is our #1 greenhouse. I'll show y'all now #2. Awesome. And this is our #2 greenhouse. So this is where we have all of our extra stock indoor smaller house plants. And right in front right here, we have a lot of philodendrons, different types, Birkin philodendrons, some kangaroo ferns. Ferns are on both sides when you walk into this greenhouse. And we have alocasias, silver sword philodendrons, some hanging baskets, so some 10-inch hanging baskets. And then we have different monsteras, Swiss cheese, and pothos, of course. More ferns. We have a huge selection of ferns, 6-inch, 4-inch, all of that. And we have Hoyas right here, 6-inch Hoyas. We have snake plants, lots of snake plants. And then we have some beautiful orchids, beautiful blooms on them right now. Bromeliads. Yeah, so we have a huge selection of indoor houseplants.
Hey everyone, I'm Veronica, one of the employees here at Bedford. I'm standing under these lovely maple trees right by our blue greenhouse #2, where Olivia just showed you all of our houseplants, and we're gonna head this way. Out here is our annual area. We've got our shade lovers back here. We've got some heuchera. We've got some coleus. We've got some great color and blooms for shade lovers. We've got some caladiums. Over there we have our ground cover area. And if we work our way up front, I'll show you some other shade lovers. We've got begonias, which are great in pots. We've got our great little arbor area here. We've got all the herbs you could ever want for cooking and medicinal purposes and pollination. And then we get into our color, our sun lovers. We've got lantana, we've got sun patience, we have geraniums. This pot actually is a great example of what we can do with our annuals. As you can see, we've got some grasses, some verbena, to give it some trailing purposes. We like to go off of our 3 rules for our window boxes or pots, and that would be a height and then a filler and a spiller. Those are kind of the 3 rules that we go by when potting up stuff, and we love welcoming people here to help them with all these different color combos. Up front, we have our sun-loving annuals up here. And this is kind of the entrance to Bedford. You are just greeted by a rainbow of colors. It's wonderful and happy. We've got zinnias. We've got our popcorn plants. These are so crazy fun. They literally smell like buttered popcorn. It's just so fun. We've got our million bells and petunias. If you want, annuals are great for adding splashes of color everywhere where perennials just don't give you that option. We've got grasses, topiaries, literally any kind of color combination that you can think of. We can help you out, get you some ideas. We love to be creative here at Bedford, and this is one of the areas that we can do that. We've got some knockout roses, and then we also have simple things like our patio tomatoes, which are over here. Marigold's still going. And then if we work our way up here, Sometimes when we have events, we'll have this area set up. We've got butterfly bushes, and then once we swing around the front area, we're back to our maple trees where we have all of our shade lovers. We have hydrangeas and larger ferns. We have heucheras and our hanging baskets of Boston ferns. And here we are back at our maple trees.
All right, so after you go through the maple trees, which Veronica just showed you where kind of all of our shade-loving things are, you'll see our, I call it the alleyway or the aisle of pottery. We have a lot of different colors. We have blues, we have charcoals, we have whites. It's a lot of copper and green, kind of a little bit of everything. We like ceramic the best. We have a few different suppliers that all sell very good, kind of frost-resistant. The color holds up very well here. It doesn't fade. And so that's kind of what we primarily use. We love all the different colors and textures and sizes and shapes. So if you ever need some good pots for your stores, for your homes, your front porches, even out in your garden, I love a blue pot kind of just scattered out in the garden. It's a real nice pop of color, shows up real well from a distance. We are definitely your place to come find it. So come check us out, come look at the aisle of pottery, as I like to call it. And then back here, right at the ends, we have what we call our fields. Usually in the fall and winter, this becomes what we call the pansy field. But during the spring and summer, this is actually where we grow or hold a lot of our perennial plants. Perennial plants are the plants that come back every single year. We do a lot of annuals, that's kind of our bread and butter, but we also do a lot of perennials as well. We plant our perennials in the fall, very early spring. We grow them up here so that they're blooming and beautiful when summer rolls around. We have a lot of crepe myrtles out here, some roses. We have altheas, hibiscus, and then this whole wall of the greenhouse over here is kind of covered in some sedums. We have a lot of daylilies. We do some phlox. Let's see what else. We grew a lot of dahlias this year and sold those. We had a bunch of different colors. They sold incredibly quickly. Some agapanthus. So yeah, just kind of a hodgepodge of things. We have some more perennial hibiscus back there in the corner, and then we hold a lot of shrubs back here as well that we're trying to maybe clean up or bring back to life, freshen up. Some climbing roses, which are real nice here. So yeah, this is just kind of the area that gets a lot of sun. Real easy spot to grow large quantities of perennials. So this is kind of what we do out here.
So right next to our perennial field and right past all of the line of pottery, I'm going to show you all number 10, which is more of our tropical, larger plant greenhouse. So if you follow me. We have a little display in front of the store. And then when you walk in, we have a lot of our kind of 3-gallon different houseplants in here. We have our citrus as well. So there's lime trees right here. We have orange trees. And then we have a ton of our hanging baskets in here as well. As you can see, some big pothos hanging baskets. We have our big monstera, some alocasias, ginger plants, and each side mirrors each other, so there's the same thing on each side. And we have our ferns, some large monsteras, a lot of our ivy is right here. Different ivy, our creeping fig as well. And then we have more rubber trees, some big palms, lots of beautiful majesty palms, schefflera right here, more hang baskets, ivy hanging baskets. And we have some of these guys, really beautiful ferns. And then of course, more succulents. And in the back here, we're actually growing some plants that I planted in here ourselves. So we're growing some rubber trees, teneke. And then we have more hanging baskets.
Welcome to greenhouse number 6. I'm not gonna showcase really every plant we have in here because believe it or not, it is almost kind of beginning of June. And it's hot, but we actually still have a lot going on around here. We plan ahead pretty far in advance, so we're actually starting our own Boston ferns that we will have in baskets for next spring. We grow them ourselves from very small plugs. So those have actually been started in here. We have a lot of our perennial ferns started in here for next year. We even grow, a lot of y'all have heard of the tractor seat plants. We have the spotted tractor seat, the variegated tractor seat, the curly leaf tractor seat plant all started in here. Kind of the last little bits of our spring crops, we have some foliage hanging baskets. We have a lot still in the front of this greenhouse, which actually gets a lot more sun. We're still growing some sweet potato vines. We have some angelonia and pentas, a lot of those real heat tolerant, sun tolerant, drought tolerant summer flowers that do very well here in the summertime. We have some rosemaries and lavenders. We have even some very mature tomato plants that are actually already producing. They have very good ripe fruit on them in just 2-gallon pots, which is honestly pretty amazing to me. And then even up here we have one of the newer introductions. It's a annual sunflower that's from the Proven Winners brands, and it does very well here. It loves the heat, loves the humidity, blooms nonstop through the summer. And then also just a lot of your summer loving like vinca baskets and sweet potato baskets and stuff like that. We still have a lot going on through the summertime. Even though it is hot, we still have things to sell. We still have things flowering, so just come out and see us. Hey guys, welcome to greenhouse number 12. This is one of our newer greenhouses. It's been in here probably, I think, 5 years at this point. We grow a lot of our last little bits of our crops in here. We do a lot of last of the season zinnias and vinca, probably two of the most popular sellers we have, at least for the summertime. They do really well here, like I was saying earlier, in our hot climates with the lack of water, especially with our humidity as well. We grow a lot of different colors. The peppermints, the mixed, we do like a rosy fuchsia color, we have whites, and then we even do the Mediterranean vinca, which is the trailing variety or spreading variety. They do really well at the front of flower beds and containers. If you have a strawberry planter, that's real hard to take care of. Just a real good heat tolerant, sun tolerant plants. And then we're also growing a few of our late summer crops in here as well. We have some larger elephant ears, some larger vinca, pentas, angelonia, some more sweet potato vines, a lot of those real common but yet real easy to take care of plants in the summer. And then also over here in the corner we have some of the Proven Winners white perennial hydrangeas, which will start blooming probably in the next couple months. Beautiful color on them. They do really well here also, so we're really excited about those. But honestly, the structure of this greenhouse is just super cool and super fun to grow stuff in because it is very aerodynamic. The physics behind it are actually promote very good plant growth and plant health. It feels very comfortable in here, and it's already 85, pushing 90 outside. So this is just a fun greenhouse to grow in and to do things in.
We're back here next to greenhouse 12. This is an area kind of off the beaten path, if you will, that is newer to Bedford. We are doing kind of an experiment garden back here. Trey has his cutting flower garden full of zinnias and sunflowers that you can obviously see from Riverwatch. So hopefully soon you'll be able to see our sunflowers waving to you. And then back here we have more cutting flowers. We have straw flowers that are getting ready and growing that we just planted. And then we also have a butterfly pollinator garden that we planted. Here you'll find host plants and nectar sources for butterflies and bees and just nature in general. And then back here we have our herb garden. Olivia planted up a sweet little herb garden that hopefully we can soon use. And we've got some potted up herb gardens as well. So hopefully, if you're here, if you come, swing on back here. You're welcome to walk through. We welcome you to explore and get some ideas off of these experimental gardens.
Thank you guys so much for following along with us as we gave you a little nursery tour, kind of walk around our spaces, what we have going on around here. We're just very excited about some of the things we're going to be creating in the future. Some of the events we're also going to be holding this summer. Look out for a potential plant swap on July 2nd. We'll be doing some fun things on that day as well. But thank y'all again for following us around, for meeting the crew. It's just been a really fun time, and we hope y'all enjoyed it as much as we did.